Bitcoin is bouncing ever so slightly towards the upside, and right now my trade is in a profit. So on today's update video, I will be going more in depth about my trade because yesterday, yes, it was in a significant loss, and I said to everyone out there that I am convinced on this trade. So I will be showing you what is currently going on in the market, the most important liquidity zones we need to pay attention towards, the Bitcoin funding rates, and many more important charts we need to discuss on today's update video. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap on that like button back above 1000 likes on today's update video, and let me jump straight away in towards the content, because right now, only in the short term, we're seeing Bitcoin having an ever so slight bounce, and to be very honest, we are right now running in towards a very critical zone in the market, because this could be a turning point or a point where Bitcoin is even going to continue the downtrend. So this, where we're currently trading at, is a very important point in the market, because if Bitcoin can't break above $60,000, we're going to be having a big problem, because last time around, once we were retesting the 60,000 US dollars, we had a significant bounce back towards the upside. Here also, we bounced ever so slightly, and now we're retesting the 60K again, and if we were to be seeing a rejection from it, and Bitcoin moves down, there is a very big chance that, of course, potentially, this downtrend is going to get continued. So we need to see Bitcoin breaking above this level, because if we do so, that is going to be the confirmation we're going to be breaking up higher, and of course, that is eventually what we want to be seeing, right? So Bitcoin currently on the EM at the short term also is bouncing higher and is actually bouncing outside of my exact box here, because yes, I opened up my Bitcoin long positions on this orange box, saying to everyone out there that I am expecting that, of course, Bitcoin is most likely going to be finding its footer and finding its bottom somewhere in that orange box, and that I will be opening up my long positions in this orange box, and that is exactly what I did. So on yesterday's video, I also showed you literally that I was in a 26% loss, but I told everyone out there that I was very convinced that Bitcoin is actually going to be bouncing, and currently we're in a 40% profit, meaning I'm making already more than $13,000. But to be very honest, I think that my price targets are laying way higher than we're currently trading, and I'm going to discuss that in today's video, so make sure to keep watching. But of course, if you want to be trading yourself, check out Bybit in the link description of today's video, where you can get a free $200 for only getting your account and depositing $100 in your first 7 days. So check it out in the link description of today's video. But let me continue with the video even further, because if I'm looking right now with Bitcoin, we're creating even a bigger falling wedge here, and this falling wedge is one you should be paying attention towards, and actually it is just so perfect. We're still seeing that downward sloping resist line, which is still exactly the same, which provided us more than 4 times of rejections, and also on the lower side, we're clearly seeing many times that Bitcoin is getting supported on the lower side, and actually also, of course, this time around, we found massive support on that lower side. So I think that this falling wedge is one to definitely watch here. And honestly, if I'm looking at Bitcoin right now on the weekly time frame, we exactly bounced from that previous weekly resistance, which right now looks to be flipping into support. So I do really think that $56,000 to $58,000, which were exactly my entry targets, which of course I talked many times about, and most people said, no, if Bitcoin goes down to 56K, you need to short, but I said, no, that is the point you need to long here, because that is massively showing us it is weekly support. And from off that level, I don't really think that Bitcoin is going to be easily breaking below it, because yes, this is a level with a lot of history and a lot of significance. And while we're currently having this slight little retracement, Bitcoin, of course, is bouncing back towards the upside. I'm actually starting to see signs which are getting myself extremely bullish, because the funding rates are becoming ever so more negative, and as well across altcoins. The funding rates are becoming more and more negative as Bitcoin is currently seeing that 60K retest. People are shorting it, and due to that, we can clearly see still the majority of the liquidity is being built up above us. And if Bitcoin were to be seeing a bounce towards the upside, $67,000 is my first initial target. And $67,000, guys, you have to understand, there's more than $2.3 billion worth of liquidity. I say 2.3, but it is $2.6 billion worth of liquidity being built up above us. And I don't know how many times I need to say this, but Bitcoin always follows the liquidity in the market. This is something I've seen from experience, but always If there is a majority of liquidity being built up below us, Bitcoin always goes down. If it's above us, Bitcoin always eventually tends to be grabbing it. And yes, right now, considering the fact that we already have seen a 20% correction and that 20 to 23% corrections are the standard of this Bitcoin bull market, this could very much be the bottom. And yes, if this is the bottom, we are right now at the beginning point of the next leg towards the upside. So yes, I think the opportunity is absolutely massive right now. Of course, if you want to be opening up a long, I already think that you are a little bit too late because the risk is most certainly a little bit higher. But of course, if you've been watching the videos, I explained it in every single video. I told you from step to step what I was doing with my trade. I was completely transparent, showing you my losses, showing you right now my profits. So yeah, please don't say I'm not transparent, because I think that I'm one of the most transparent traders out there that is showing his losses and profits. But currently we're in a slight little profit, and I believe that Bitcoin is still going to be having a very strong recovery towards the upside due to the fact that there's so much liquidity being built up above us. So also what is important to see is that, like, the last 8 trading days, we've seen massive outflows. Yesterday, we saw the first outflow from the BlackRock ETF. And actually, yesterday as well, we saw the largest outflow by any means on the spot Bitcoin ETF. And that is, of course, important to understand. And let me quickly address what currently is happening. Because remember, back in the days, once Bitcoin was trading right all-time highs, it was somewhere right here in the beginning point of March, we were seeing record inflows on the spot Bitcoin ETF, right? And that was at all-time highs. And now we're seeing record outflows while Bitcoin is sitting at lows. So does this mean that the ETF money is stupid money? Probably yes, because the people that are buying the ETFs are probably not very experienced and are very emotional. And most likely, once Bitcoin is going to be running back towards the upside, we're going to see positive inflows again, because they are going to be having FOMO. So you have to understand that spot ETF money is not necessarily smart money. It is definitely dumb money, because they're literally dumping on the lows and they were buying at all-time highs. So I don't really believe that we should be attracting too much attention towards it, but it is interesting to be pointing out, in my opinion. So Bitcoin, of course, is right now seeing an ever so slightly bounce here, but I believe that we're creating a way bigger one, because I believe that the standards of this Bitcoin bull market are 20 to 23% corrections. And right now we've seen a 23.5% correction, and that is why I'm also significantly long on Bitcoin. And due to the fact that the funding rates are so negative in a bull market, it is an opportunity I want to be taking with both hands. So that is exactly what I'm doing. I mean, yes, I'm clearly seeing on the weekly time frame, we're having a bearish crossover here on the MACD. And also, what is important to point out is that right now we just had the halving. And of course, what is very important from the halving is that usually in the beginning weeks after it, Bitcoin is extremely boring. But approximately 10 weeks to 20 weeks in, that is the point where we go really exponential. So this is not really the time that you should be losing your focus, because we're just getting started in this next massive rally towards the upside for Bitcoin. So please don't get fooled. And as well, if you're just looking at the Bitcoin weekly resistance, I believe that we're just seeing a slight rejection before we're going to be breaking above it. And whenever we do break above it, that is going to be the point where we're going to see a massive continuation towards the upside. So guys, this was it for me in today's update video. I'm currently recording from my temporary studio because I'm moving towards my new place. So don't mind my background, but soon it's going to be absolutely crazy. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.